John F. Kennedy International Airport, where America greets the world.
All right, we'll just check it out real quick over here.
And where Customs and Border Protection officers greet travelers concealing contraband.
You got any more bags?
You packed everything yourself?
But travelers aren't the only potential smugglers at JFK. Sometimes it's an inside job.
We deal with electronic conspiracies, basically employees in the airport, as well as crew members involved in smuggling contraband. All units target flight approaching, gate, copy.
Today, the Anti-Terrorism Contraband Enforcement Team searches a 737 that has just arrived from Panama City.
Anything hidden within the structure of the aircraft is critical to us.
Officers also watch the ground crew to ensure no one attempts to retrieve contraband from the plane.
You could hide anything on an aircraft if you have the right knowledge, whether it be narcotics, weapons, or a weapon of mass effect.
We search all different areas of the aircraft.
Checking inside the wheel well. Good place to hide work.
Going to the flight deck, the bathrooms, we check the garbage cans, the food carts.
They also check the cargo hold.
We've intercepted narcotics there before. A lot of times we steal cocaine, heroin.
All right,
Inside the terminal,
come with me, you guys.
two Mexican travelers with a lot of baggage are pulled into secondary inspection.
This was a direct flight from Mexico City. It's known for having a lot of professional food couriers. So these guys come like every week you come. They'll travel once, twice, 3 times a week. They bring in native foodstuffs that are highly prized in the U.S. They get paid, I believe, for an airline ticket. They get a free trip, and they deliver foodstuffs.
Declaring the food is a good start, but they could still be carrying drugs.
Number one concern is that they have a large volume of heroin or cocaine because they're carrying anywhere from 200 to 600 pounds of luggage that they pay extra for. Abre. Every todo? Aquí. Okay. Abre. We have to get a good sense that they're not intentionally smuggling anything or unwittingly smuggling something. ¿Qué es este?
Tamales.
This is what?
Tamales, made it from corn.
We have at times gotten upwards of 100 pounds of powder on a single food carrier. Last week, there were 3 liquid cocaine seizures in soda bottles. ¿Qué es este?
At the Ambassador Bridge border crossing in Detroit,
What was the purpose of your trip?
Customs and Border Protection officers check travelers coming and going.
Everything that comes into the country gets inspected. It is also part of our duties to inspect people and things as they leave the country.
Purpose of travel in the United States?
We're looking for outbound fugitives. We might be looking for outbound large sums of currency. We might be looking for outbound weapons.
Today, officers are called into action after a trio of Americans ended up in the outbound lane by mistake.
We went to conduct an outbound inspection on this vehicle. They fled a little bit. We were able to catch up with them actually on the bridge.
The occupants are taken inside for questioning.
Me and my partner conducting the vehicle inspection, and we discovered that they got some contraband in the car.
At the Pacific Highway crossing in Washington State,
How much cash money traveling with the rear trip?
What do you folks do for work?
weekend traffic means a steady stream of southbound travelers.
Hey guys.
And Customs and Border Protection officers have questions about this German couple's U.S. travel plans.
Where do you guys want to go?
To California,
Where do you guys live?
in Germany.
How do you know each other?
We met in Canada.
Okay.
What are you doing in Canada?
We work for work and travel.
So you currently live in Canada for now.
Yeah,
How long is your working visa there?
till the end of June.
What kind of work?
Kind of restaurant, catering. Yeah, restaurant.
You both work at a restaurant?
No,
What do you do for work?
Well, just camping, not really working.
So how do you support yourself?
Our parents send us money.
Okay. Where do you plan to stay?
I'm in the car.
Just in the car?
And the campground, so I came in the car.
Are you guys meeting anybody else in California?
No, don't plan to.
You have any plans to start working in California?
No.
All right, you guys can have a seat if you like.
A third officer joins the investigation and begins searching the couple's texts and emails.
They don't have any place to live. They don't have any money. He's like, oh, I'm really excited about meeting you guys down in Arizona.
Arizona? Yeah, they said they weren't meeting anybody else down here.
Yeah, well, all right, if you guys want to go look at the car, I'll tell you if I see anything interesting.
Where to start? Just looking to see what they're bringing down and if they're going to be doing any type of work down in the U.S. without any status.
If they are planning to work illegally in the US,
There we go. Oh, boy.
they've got their commute covered.
They're going to Arizona and Washington. Ask them about the plates.
On the tarmac at JFK,
We deal with electronic conspiracies, basically employees in the airport as well as crew members involved in smuggling contraband.
There you go.
a Customs and Border Protection officer discovers something stashed on a 737 from Panama City.
I found a box in the aft cargo hold of the aircraft in a compartment where it's not supposed to be.
The box is empty, but the threat isn't.
It's what we call a dry run. The bad guys are just basically seeing if they can hide something there without us finding it.
The officers suspect the bad guys are most likely airline employees or members of the ground crew.
If we do not remove the item, it's an indication that it's a good location for them to use for the future. So we leave it in place. And we will continue to monitor this aircraft and that location for future narcotics users.
Back inside Terminal 4,
This is what?
Tomatoes, made it from corn.
two Mexican couriers are packing a food fiesta.
¿Qué es este?
Cactus juice.
Oh, cactus juice. Last week, there were 3 liquid cocaine seizures in soda bottles. Cierro. We took a look at the cactus juice today. We cracked it open, and there was no need to test it for drugs. ¿Qué es este?
Dulces.
Candies. Candies. Bueno, cierro. Gracias. Pasaportes.
There's no contraband, but the travelers won't be heading to the exit just yet.
We're going to refer it to agriculture, and they can look at the food for bugs and worms and anything like that.
At the Ambassador Bridge border crossing,
They fled a little bit.
officers detain 3 Americans after a car chase during an outbound inspection.
We discovered that they got some contraband in the car.
The driver claims ownership of the pot,
So that's it. We got 26.4 grams of marijuana.
but it's not enough to pursue charges.
It's not going to equate to anything criminal. What we're merely going to do is seize the marijuana.
The driver's off the hook.
What happened is we were supposed to go to animal control and pick up one of my dogs, and we took the wrong turn, and this is where we ended up at, towards Canada, I think, you know?
He's smiling, but his buddies aren't now that the officers have contacted the local authorities.
The second man in the vehicle will probably be going to jail today for all of his outstanding warrants. And the third person in the vehicle, we are taking his fingerprints right now because he doesn't have any type of identification on him.
At Detroit Metro Airport,
Are you bringing any meat, fruits, or vegetables with you?
travelers packing exotic delicacies from around the world are often unaware of the threats they can pose.
Anything with meat. No fresh fruits, vegetables, anything like that.
It's up to agricultural specialists to sort through the good, the bad, and the creepy.
This is a great example of the damage that these insects can cause.
Right here, it's loaded.
It is filled with live insects. This is a potential pest that could get into our crops as well and cause some economic problems.
Outside in the arrival hall, A traveler returning from Africa is in secondary inspection after declaring fruit.
Can I see your passport?
But she's not sure which bag she packed it in.
Woo! Get there. All right, here we go. Bag in a bag. The passenger was traveling from Togo, U.S. citizen, returning home. She had several large bags. Is it all hair?
And club, all there.
All right, let me put this one back through, see if it's worth pulling anything else out here. All right, this one's good.
The officer brushes off the hair extensions.
These are all hair products, is that correct?
But the traveler isn't going anywhere until her fruit is inspected.
This is what we're interested in right here, man.
You have any plans to start working in California?
No.
At the Pacific Highway border crossing,
If you guys want to go look at the car, I'll tell you if I see anything interesting.
officers suspect the southbound Germans are planning to do more than just pitch a tent.
Oh, boys. Ask him about the plates.
So I just got a couple questions. The Washington license plate and the Arizona license plate?
Oh, yeah, it's a souvenir.
Souvenir, how do you guys get them? How did you acquire them?
Garage sale.
Where at?
Just in Canada, there was a sign that
near
there's a
Vancouver.
garage sale and we just...
In Canada?
Yeah, near Vancouver, yeah.
All right.
The plates are clean and no longer registered. But the vehicle search continues.
She responded to this ad that they're going down to work in the Bay Area of California right after Thanksgiving for farming work. They got the map right to the house. Found out on their phones and through the internet that they were looking to go down to California and Arizona to work in a couple places. So where are you guys going today?
Today?
Or where are you going on this trip while you're in America?
To California.
What are you going to do in California?
Just vacation.
Just vacation.
Are you coming here to work?
No.
Either one of you are telling me right now that you're not coming to America to work?
No, not for work.
Okay. So if we find out that you're lying or misleading, you guys will be banned from the United States and can face criminal charges. Okay? Remember, I just went through your phones and your laptops and everything like that. I'm giving you a chance now. Are you coming here to work?
No.
So what's this ad that you responded to saying that you're going to work in farming?
At the Ambassador Bridge in Detroit, 3 Americans are in hot water.
And we took the wrong turn, and this is where we end up at. Towards Canada, I think, you know?
We got 26.4 grams of marijuana.
The driver admits possession of the pot, but it's not enough to press charges.
The second man in the vehicle will probably be going to jail today for all of his outstanding warrants.
Now, Customs and Border Protection and local authorities are running checks on the third person.
We are taking his fingerprints right now because he doesn't have any type of identification on him.
The passenger with the outstanding warrants is handed over to the police.
He's going to be facing his charges locally. We are merely helping the locals get someone who is wanted.
Word comes back from the local authorities on the third person.
All right. He has several outstanding warrants as well. Have a seat for me, will you, please? All right, thanks, man. As soon as the local law enforcement people show up, we'll actually just give them paperwork, give them his identification, and whatever they do with them once they leave here, it's all on them.
I feel sorry for them, man, and my friends, you know? But what can we do, you know? This happened, it happened, you know?
As soon as it's known for a fact that everyone is gone and on their way, the driver's going to be free to go without his marijuana.
At the JFK International Mail Facility, X-ray vision nets huge results.
We execute over here for our last fiscal year over 20,000 seizures, all kinds of contraband, over 10,000 of them on narcotics.
Today, Customs and Border Protection officers are scanning packages arriving from China.
Could you retrieve the last one? Go in there, please. Here's the yellow one. You see that red right there in the bag?
Open it up.
We found some cylindrical type of containers. We're going to examine it and just determine if there's anything that we might be interested in.
Sir, just found this package over in the X-ray.
See what you got.
Let's see, it comes from China, and it's declared as electronic component and electronic part. So.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Wow.
At Detroit Metro Airport,
Is it all hair?
Customs and Border Protection combs through an American traveler's luggage in search of the fruit she's declared.
This is what we're interested in right here, ma'am. You have some fresh fruit. These are prohibited from where you're coming from. This kind of product can actually carry citrus diseases
I see.
and live insects, and that's why they're prohibited.
Okay.
Found about a half a kilo of fresh citrus, lemons, limes. We have a very large citrus industry in the United States of America. Insect pests and citrus diseases directly affects our economy.
So in the future, the lemons, just don't bring them anymore, okay? Citrus fruit from pretty much everywhere in the world is not allowed. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
You see that red right there in the back?
Back at JFK,
See what you got.
a package from China declared as electronics sparks suspicion.
Wow. Switchblades.
Yes, sir.
We come across guns, automatic weapons, handheld grenades. This is actually a criminal possession of a weapon in the 3rd degree out of New York. It's a Class A misdemeanor. It's extremely dangerous because unlike a routine knife where you might actually be from a starting point where you're pulling out the blade, this is a lot quicker. And someone can potentially do a lot of damage compared to an ordinary knife. This is something that's really good to see that we get off the streets before it actually even hit the streets.
At the Pacific Highway crossing,
Remember, I just went through your phones and your laptops. I'm giving you a chance now. Are you coming here to work?
two German tourists are sticking to their story.
What's this ad that you responded to saying that you're going to work in farming?
Yeah, right.
Just tell me the truth. I can help you out if you tell me the truth.
We signed it to HelpX. Didn't know that we are not allowed to help or to work in the US because we're allowed to do HelpX in Canada.
HelpX is an online community connecting travelers with volunteer farm work abroad.
Talked to some people who went to the US and they say we are not allowed to do HelpX in the US, so I said, okay, we can't come.
I don't see any evidence of them declining any offers, so it looks like they're just going to come down and keep working on farms in America. Go in that second room right over there.
Time for the whole truth and nothing but.
Do you swear or affirm that all the statements you're about to make are true and complete?
Yeah, I swear.
I'm authorized by law to administer oaths and take testimony in connection with the enforcement of the immigration and nationality laws of the United States. Do you own your own home in Germany?
No, I live with my parents.
Okay. You're not in college?
No.
The more we got into it, it was apparent that their story was less than believable.
Now, the verdict is in.
It appears both of you don't have what we call an unrelinquished foreign residence back home in Germany, a home of your own. Right now, nothing ties you to Germany. Yeah. You could hang out in the United States and or Canada for an indefinite amount of time. You're going from place to place, farm to farm, helping out, working on their place for food and accommodations. That's called work. So based on that, you've been found inadmissible.
Okay.
In the future, you will need to go to one of our embassies or consulates and obtain a visa in your passport for any future travel to the United States.
So even if I travel with my parents to the US?
You will need a visa. You're an adult now. You're now responsible for yourself. Ready to go back to Canada? They didn't have a work authorization to do any work in the United States, but it was clearly their intent until they were called upon it. And then, of course, they now changed their story and says, oh, we're not going to do that. And we agreed with them, they weren't.
They do their job.
They do their job. It doesn't mean that's politest way.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You really feel under pressure.
Yeah.